and I got to get that strength. And you guys thought I was strong before. Wait till you see the weights I throw around here in the next 2 weeks. You get older, you get less testosterone. Well, then I have a question for you guys. When you are 18 to 24, what do you think your testosterone level is at? I'm having trouble with keeping my healthy food habits. For hamstrings, lunges. Well, good morning, boys and girls. Good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in the world. Here's the scoop. I'm going to jump on tomorrow, and we're going to go over nutrition. This is the number one thing that you guys should be focused on, especially being locked down like we are. If we can get that nutrition on point, especially for a lot of you that the metabolism is not functioning. A lot of you probably are saying that you're eating healthy, but sometimes eating healthy is not eating right. So if you're pretty much staying the same all year and you're not getting better, and you're eating healthy, that kind of shows you that you're eating healthy, but again, not putting on muscle, and especially not putting on muscle as you get older, which should be a key for everybody to continuously try to do. All right. Now, I know a lot of kids are going to jump on here real quickly and start complaining about, well, as you get older, you get less testosterone. Well, then I have a question for you guys. When you are 18 to 24, what do you think your testosterone level is at? You can take a second. You can also just kind of Google that, where your testosterone levels are at. And then you'll notice by the time you're 30 or 35, probably not that high again, but then you're so much more muscular. So basically, I'm just trying to say, hey, try to ease up on the idea that you can only put muscle on with testosterone, because I'm going to show you thousands of women with more muscle than most of the trolls that talk. Now, that's a harsh thing to say, but it is a true thing to say, which is tough nowadays, because I know there's a majority of society is snowflakes, so they get very sensitive about things like that. But it's one of those things where you go into a gym and you watch these girls lift, and they lift hard, and again, they're not on any kind of chemicals, and they're full of estrogen, but they're still building muscle and still getting lean. But then you have a lot of guys that are complaining about, well, they need to be on something. You don't. You really don't, guys. Go to a natural bodybuilding show. Doesn't matter what you think of me, what you think, good or bad, but go to a natural bodybuilding show, because you're shutting yourselves down. Here's the keys to this whole situation. As you get older, there are some kind of foods that help boost your natural testosterone. And I'll be talking about that tomorrow in the Titan Crew. For everybody that thinks that it is the start and the end to all games, high testosterone, it's not. And I wish society wouldn't think that way. And I wish society would just go consistent, eat healthy, eat right more than eat healthy, and start putting some of that muscle back into the body. A lot of you kids are also listening to that carbohydrates are bad. Except if you ever have a sit down with any of these doctors, or you're called experts, and have a discussion with them and ask them about, well, then would you not give carbohydrates to a teenager that is going through puberty, or a college football player? Would you not give them carbohydrates? They'll all come back and say the same thing. Oh, absolutely not. Of course I would. So you ever go to the doctors and you find out that they put you on medication and they don't solve the problem? They basically band-aid the problem. Here's the problem. Obesity. How can we fix it? Stop eating carbs. There we go. That's the majority of it. That's what we're trying to, the experts are trying to do. Just stop your carbohydrates and you'll lose weight. Stop your carbohydrates and you won't be obese. Yeah, but that's not going to really solve the problem, because the problem isn't just being a skinny version of yourself. It's about putting on some muscle and being an elite athlete, regardless of what you do. And regardless of your age, the whole concept of giving up by the time you're 25 or 30 because you don't think you can build muscle, that's not true. You can. And that's why I continuously show you guys, like in the Titan Crew, guys in their 40s, guys in their 50s, women in their 60s, still putting on muscle, still getting better. And so here's what we're going to try to do. We're going to try to show you another option to what you've heard. and another way to where you possibly can get better. Mostly if you just try. That's the biggest thing. The biggest thing is you guys ask a lot of questions instead of just stopping one day, taking down the nutrition, starting it, and then continuing forward and seeing for yourself what happens. And being consistent and being true to yourself on the whole program. That's one of the biggest things. That's one of the biggest things I don't see people doing. They ask a million questions, which gets you nothing, and then they never start. So it really is just, getting to that point where you just start up the process. For me, this has actually kind of been a good thing for me to be locked down to where I need to get back to the proper nutrition for myself. And you go, well, wait a minute, I'm the one that's teaching it. Why aren't I in the proper nutrition? Because my job title, guest posing almost every other weekend, and being sliced like I was, I had to be in a deficit most of my career. Mostly the last 10, 20 years because of TV shows and being on stage. That's not the best way to do it. Now, it works for me, but after a while, it catches up to everybody. And so what's great now is that I get to take in those carbohydrates again. I get to get that strength. And you guys thought I was strong before. Wait till you see the weights I throw around here in the next 2 weeks. Now you're going to see some strength. And that's probably why I didn't say thanks so much, like when you see me squatting and benching and stuff, because I know that strength is nothing. That's a depleted guy that's sliced down, ready for stage, relative to a guy that's off season, eating a good amount of calories. So I'll be able to show you what real strength looks like. So let's get all this together. If you guys have got any questions right now, any good questions right now. Yeah, so somebody says, I'm having trouble with keeping my healthy food habits. That's why this is so hard. Self-control is a huge thing. You've got to have self-discipline. So if there's something that I can tell you to help you with your healthy eating habits, I would make sure that you have a journal, take photos, and I hope they're disgusting no matter how good you look. Because that's going to make you want to train harder and look better. And we're all our own worst critics. And so it doesn't matter how good I look on stage. I'll get off stage and I look at it and I go, no, I can get better. And so that's why it's easy for me to continue those habits. But it really depends on you. Are you at a point where you're like, no, I'm okay with this. The wife's okay with this. I'm not trying to be a body model. Then it's tougher to keep those habits. But my recommendation would be to drink more water, take notes, journal, write down what you're eating each day. Those kind of things will help you. And then also, mostly if you have kids that you want to be in shape sooner or later for them as they get older and want to be a representative to them. I know for me, which is awesome, I got people around me like Robbie Robinson, who's 73 years old and is a freak. And I'm not going to say he has a good body for 73. He has a good body for a 21-year-old Mr. Universe. And so if you can comprehend what I mean by that, you'll understand that what's possible is so much more than what you think. Now, the hard thing is to understand how disciplined some people are and how much you're willing to give up to get something else. And that really comes down to each individual. If you really want a better body or longevity, then my recommendation, man, is just pick your hobbies, pick your choices on what you want to do, and eliminate some things that you can do without, and focus more on the other stuff. So a couple great exercises for upper back. If you got a pull-up bar, that's a great one, man. One of my favorites is pull-ups. I know that people just get away from pull-ups, but pull-ups are just a great exercise. On top of that, do an incline bench. Come over the other side of it, though, so you're resting your head on it, and you're doing basically bent over rows, but you're relaxing more and more of a level back, and really pull the dumbbells up and outside instead of back. That's going to help you get even better upper back. All right, what do we got? Do we got any more, Jeffrey? Hamstrings, you can lunge all day. Honestly, besides squats for hamstrings, lunges.